Hello, everybody. I am going through constant change and I use my brain to process my environment and the information. Um, I made a bold claim in my community section. I said the woke movement is basically competitive victimhood and can only exist in a decadent culture on the brink of collapse. Um, what I mean with this is that I believe that, it has always in human history and it will always happen that people are victimized, which means there is people in power, they have a certain form of power and they take advantage over others. My favorite example for this is colonialism and slavery. So people with a technical advantage come with big ships, land in Africa, and take the strongest of the strongest as slaves. So they victimize self-sustaining, happy, healthy, and strong, naive people. They victimize them, okay? And we can't blame the people that are victimized in this case. Victimhood, however, is something completely different. That is when a person uses victimhood as a survival strategy, and this is only possible in a community, in a social community that has space and understanding for humanitarianism, a word that I can barely pronounce. Humanitarianism. So, in this case, empathy and ideas like equal rights and justice for all, which I still support, and I think these are great ideas. These things, emotional intelligence, empathy, kindness, and so on, are weaponized by people who adopt victimhood as their survival strategy. And by this, they sabotage these systems. And this is what we can observe in our daily reality everywhere today. I also have to distance myself from the term empath. I might still follow some YouTube creators who use this term or who potentially using victimhood in some way, but I want to be very careful and not, I want to fight the survival strategy of victimhood at all costs. And in the term of empath, this term has been destroyed for me or spoiled by the empath community. So maybe there is a form of empath, and speak of an empath, that is valid, but it has been spoiled. There is numerous examples where terms have been spoiled by communities, by perverting the meaning, by abusing the term, abuse in terms of using it in inflation, in a way of like inflation, using it too much, too often for everyone and his mom, So I want to distance myself. I will not use the term anymore. As a replacement, I might use the term intuitive introvert. Okay? I feel this term is not spoiled yet. And I want to distance myself from all forms of victimhood. So, yes, I claim when I use my brain and my heart and my emotions, my intuition, and I do my very best to analyze what happened to me, I come to the conclusion I come from narcissistic psychopathic abuse. Okay? This does not mean that I adopt victimhood as a survival strategy. I have been victimized, but I reject the role of a victim. Interestingly, most of the times we have spoken about this on my channel, narcissistic psychopathic cluster B abuse is often initiated via competitive victimhood. So it often contains at least one person that is acting out the role of the biggest victim of all in order to get into the cycle of abuse, and in this case, representing the woke movement and weaponizing empathy and emotional intelligence, weaponizing goodwill, weaponizing humanitarianism of the environment against the environment, to destabilize the environment, to infiltrate the environment and live off the environment. So there is victimhood used to victimize people, if that makes sense. But I don't do the same. Just because a person is using victimhood to victimize me does not mean that I become a zombie that now is adopting victimhood as a survival strategy. I take full responsibility for my life and whatever happened to me. And because I do this, I can hold the people accountable for what they did. So, that being said, I am thankful for everybody who follows me and is engaging in this process and communication that we are in on my channel, but feel free to unfollow me if the way I frame this now is uncomfortable for you and for whatever reason does not resonate with you. Okay? I have to stay true to myself and my understanding of the world. Thanks everybody. Stay tuned and let's see where we going. We go into the unknown.